Hey folks, I'm going to be doing about an hour and a half today, maybe like an hour and 20 ish today, continuing the work on the Elemental Key artwork for the book's release, hopefully here before the end of the year. So just give me a hot second here to hit my signals, and we'll hit the ground running. So I've got let me zoom out a bit so you can see. I've still got these bottom reference. Still got these two illustrations to go, so we'll get them cleaned up soon enough. I'm just I'm still figuring out how to do the. I'm still figuring out how to do all the stuff the way it's supposed to be done. So forgive my noobness. I'll be jumping in on here in just a hot second as soon as I press enter a bunch of times into my different Discord channels that I frequent. And that should be good. So let's see, I got very low latency, just a couple seconds delay, and it looks like everything's gonna sit pretty. So there's my epidemic rolling there, and chat box. We'll see if anyone jumps on that action, if I got anyone showing up today or not. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get the work done. So that's give my few moments of ramp up time, but now we're getting the work done. So let's see. We're gonna get the bear, working on frosts right now. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm pretty happy with where Flame turned out. It's got a very fun Drunken Master vibe going to it, which is something I would love to tackle when I get to it. It's not my highest priority right now for monks. My highest priority for monks right now is Kinsei, which I got a really cool rebuild design akin to 5th edition, but also very similar to what I plan on doing for martial mana in general. So that's going to be really exciting to get that built, but it's not my highest priority right now. My highest priority is this. And then I'm going to be doing most of. I've got a commission, a private commission to complete that I'll also be streaming over the holidays. I'm anticipating that to be done before the new year, and whatever time remains from that objective, then switches over to the Crystals of Mabar adventure that I've been a part of designing with Andy Oldgoat, and Stuart Braz is going to be editing for us. And it's part of a larger toolkit initiative that I've been overseeing to build random adventure seed generator for the D&D Eberron setting. And then Andy and I are building an actual full published adventure off of this toolkit, this randomizer. So it doesn't do a lot of heavy lifting for you. The toolkit is more of a fun thought experiment machine with a lot of, I guess, personal insights and examples of how to take random encounter ideas and like Andy and I are doing, actually turn them into an adventure. So it's an interesting book, and I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along. I got to a point with it where like all the theory crafting about like structuring acts and placing encounters and clues and discoveries to help propel characters through an adventure, but I kept running into the wall of wanting examples of how that works. So it became a pretty solid conclusion to why don't I just finish this adventure that Andy and I are working on, so I can actually use examples from a book and then bundle the adventure with the toolkit, so that I can just reference it throughout the document as, this is what I mean, this is how that works, this is the blah blah blah, all that sort of thing. I think that's going to ultimately work out really well. And I make all my stuff for preview anyway, which I guess sounds silly for an adventure, but that's just how I roll. And then once that gets built, I'll be able to finish out the toolkit itself, and I need to merge that down. I'll be able to actually finish the toolkit, get that off my plate, and in the meantime, I'm hoping to bring in a couple of different people on some of the other projects that I have. I think I'm going to be recruiting for the revised mana book. In the past, I have done a lot of solo work because I want to retain more of the revenue, but I'm finding the production speed from writing, from ideation to design to writing to editing to then handing back to me for layouts and artwork is just unreasonable. It's unreasonable. And if I can start getting through more ideas quicker and bring more people on board, then losing a percentage of my revenue as a share source with other people working on it is going to allow me overall to get more ideas out there, allow me more churn, get me hopefully to be a more trusted source of ideas in the gaming community, for me to be able to recruit more people later and just get through stuff so I can move on to my ultimate goal, which is of course getting into Patreon and using a bunch of these ideas that I'm building to be able to talk about whatever I want on YouTube like this, and build subclasses with people, and then make unique art for those subclasses, or instead tear off and just make a random encounter on stream with folks, just as an ideation sort of thing, without having to dive too deep into actual adventure production. So I mean, since it's Eberron, it's kind of locked to the DMsGuild, but I think the ideas of the adventure overall is stuff that can be transported out of Eberron into a general game space, DTRPG, personal IP ownership, that I would then be able to play with the community to build into Kickstarters. So maybe a year or two from now, I can start running Kickstarter campaigns to build adventures instead of doing them all off of my own, all off my own effort. So getting Kickstarters going, so I can hire a crew of people, so I can just hire a crew to make a random encounter, and then just sit back, let them do the artwork, and I can think about other things and do more of this sort of interaction until the thing's ready to go, and then just start streaming the art online. So that was always the dream, to be able to get to a place where I've got a production machine generating ideas into books that need artwork that I can then produce and promote on a stream that of people hopefully that are interested in the content and like seeing it. So that is the dream. Right now I gotta finish this guy. All things in their proper order. I gotta check in with my gal here real quick. I'm sorry. I built a new. I don't know if these things show up on my screen or not. Here. No, it doesn't look like it. All right, I get these little pop-up menus. Hold on, maybe I can actually see it over here on my sideboard. Yeah, you guys don't get to... Oh, there it is. Oh, interesting. It pops up, but it stays set back. Okay, so I can do this, and then you can see it. Oh, no, you can't. It blips out again. Huh. I'm sorry. I right-click and then tap, and then my selection menu pops up. Anyway, I've got new tools. And I keep screwing this guy up with it. It's a new wedge tool that the pointy, it's like looks like a lemon. The pointy end. Hold on. I'll just do this. I'll just pop it here. That's the new tool that I built. So you can see it's got the sharp point here, but then it's got a feathered fade here. So I can put. All that granny. I'm gonna go back to where I was. Back to where I was. There. So I can do a real easy smudgy effect here, or I can push it without smudging. So I got those two tools available. Well, this is it's a very see how this pushes, but it stays inside the border of the tool when I push, as opposed to this tool which just plows through it. So depending on the orientation of the brush, I can get different effects going with it, and I'm finding that it's a pretty flexible tool. I like it better than the other. I've been defaulting to a cloud brush that creates really rough effects when dragged out across larger distances. If it's not kept tight, it gets really rough. But it was designed to, because I built it for making clouds. So you want to make like broken rough areas, but it wasn't a subtle tool. So it was giving my I like kind of the rough hewn look of my artwork in general. But it wasn't clean. Clean's not the right word. What is the word? It wasn't controlled. The cloud brush wasn't intended to be controlled. It was designed to be a little random. So using it as a pixel pusher on structured items like this was just a bad idea. And I learned from that idea. So I built this brush, this smudge brush instead. You can see it's got a lot better control, and it's certainly a lot smoother than the previous. You can go back and look at the previous videos and see how much rougher the push was with them. So this is a good brush. I'm happy with it. We're making good distance here, and I know this level of detail isn't really necessary when you're reading at this point. Even if you scale into like this, because you're on like a phone reader, it's still the level of detail on any of this is probably unnecessary. So I'm going to try to hustle a little bit more so I can get down to the bottom of the board today. But this is let's coffee break. Oh man, that's good. I am waking up. It is 6:50 here in Seattle, and I got about another hour on the block. Music brought to us by Epidemic. Man, I tell you what, I am really excited about all these projects that I'm working on. It is going to create a robust set of tools that folks will be able to take a look at the free preview online, and then have a discussion here on YouTube, referencing the documents without having to necessarily buy them. and then build stuff. Just build stuff, and you know, if people want to buy the stuff because of what we build, that's appreciated. But I'm going to set up a Patreon, so that I can start building things off of DM's Guild. Like Tarkir is, I don't know if Wizards is ever going to get to Tarkir, but I've got enough tools. I've almost got enough tools built on the DM's Guild that I can just open up page 34 of core mechanics, and then just start applying it to Tarkir. And I may, I might not ever put that into a DM's Guild product because A, Tarkir isn't allowed, but B, I found from the Packs and Patrons of Ravnica supplement that if you over specialize, people can take an interest, but it's a difficult product to sell through DM's Guild as a mainstream thing. So couture design, like super niche design, unfortunately, I think that's more fitting for streams. And so I'm going to transition into streams. That's those ultra niche books are things that I've always wanted to do, and but there's so much that I can do with them, and some things I think would be appropriate for DM's Guild, like I could do I could always design stuff on stream, and have just the roughs of it into Patreon, and then actually build it out and put it on DM's Guild. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea, assuming it's something I actually wanted to build out, because some are just thought experiments that are worth an illustration, but maybe not a full blown out product. I'm still figuring that out. But I'm really jelly of classes and constructs, Fry Minis, and Dungeoneer Pack. The time that they have to sit down and just theory craft, and then make a little video about theory crafting. I am looking forward to getting into that space. So I guess I'm gonna confuse the hell out of YouTube and end up having a split channel where I'm doing artwork in the morning and then doing stream design in the evenings at some point. Like most of my evening production time is in writing, developmental editing, layouts. So I don't get as much time to so it's like I get, like, morning is dedicated art time. Like, I can, if I do this every day in the morning, I get, again, like when I was doing the core mechanics for Tap Untap Burn, that dedicated stream time guaranteed, I put in the hours, but I'm work from home for my day job now, so I can just afford to sit back and get this done, and then just log out of here and stream and log into the job. I've already got my pot of coffee going, and I'll be motivated to get the day going. So that's super exciting for me. It makes me really happy that I have an opportunity that this could be a side hustle, and I don't have to really stress on it, so that the creativity can flow, that I can start bringing in more people, stop feeling like I need to carry it all on my own back, just so I can get the things done, like I was talking about, blah, blah, blah. I'm just basically rolling in just past comments, so... Zoom the picture, not the face. Zoom the picture, not the face. let's get into this. I'm going to use a chisel tool here. Maybe this will make sense, maybe it won't. We'll see. Do that. Then I want to make another layer. That's what I want to do. And that actually feels pretty good. Zoom the character. That. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Holy Hannah. All right, so let's finish up this weapon, and then we'll finish up his legs, and then we're gonna step away from this and drop down to the lower piece to the Jugger versus stroke fight. That is going to be fun. So how did I end up there? Save, because I've crashed over here before. Nah, I'll go with this. This is where I use that new smudgery tool, drop the opacity a bit so I can airbrush it in a little bit. Switch the tool to the wedge so I can hopefully push this line a little easier. Huh. How am I doing here? I am having a harder time than I would like. There we go. That's looking better. Honestly, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Just kind of curve this right. I don't know why is this so difficult. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not the right way to do this. Take that all back. Take that back. got no complaint about that. That feels pretty good. Just kind of here. I'm going to merge that down. There we go. Okay, so that arm is a little long, so what I can do, grab here, cut, paste. There we go, that feels better. That feels pretty good. Okay, cool. So that's good. We're gonna hit save. I'm gonna grab. 7:12. So we got good 40 some odd minutes in me. This will be done by then. I am certain of it. Don't know how much free time I'm going to have to drop down to the lower picture today, but we'll get to that on Monday. Maybe I'll finish up over the weekend. I doubt it. What happens if I do this? That's kind of cool. Picture, not your face. There you go, Kearney. I like this camera having this little box here because I can tell if I'm in zone or not, and I keep zooming my face in instead of the picture because that's just how I have to operate. Like in the real world, I don't have the option of zooming the screen, and I have to zoom my face in to see stuff because the achromatopsia, the color blindness, it takes away the ability to zoom in with your eyes. You got to zoom in with your face, and so the reason why Photoshop is such a great tool is how easy it is to do the zoom stuff, and I am just not implementing those tools to protect myself in the long term, and so I am actively attempting to do that now. Cheers. Looking like something. That feels pretty good. Get my face back on screen. Zoom in, son. You can tell I'm tired because I won't follow my own directions. Here's a fun little idea that's hopped in my head. It's just a little parable. I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's just a little phrase. And the phrase goes like this. If you feel life is out of balance, it's because you don't know where the fulcrum is. I get realigned pretty frequently in my life about where I think I'm supposed to be and where I actually am, what I feel about people or the environment around me, and I am blessed to quickly be corrected if I'm off course. So I don't know why that came to mind, but there it is. It's not like there's any story behind that. It's just something that hopped in my head, and so I just decided I should share it. Oh, would that be better as all white? Yeah, kind of. Let's try that out. Cool. Saved it in case something goes horribly awry, so I can get back to this place. But this feels right. Picture, not your face, son. Thank you. I'm pretty happy about that. So let's go. Yeah, let's get into the cone. That feels pretty good. And I think that's okay overall. That's what I want to work on. That feels good. Why isn't that background involved? Good. This is where my next needs. That feels pretty good. Be happy with that. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's check this guy's face again real quick. I'm not necessarily happy with that. I'm gonna fix your face, son, and then we're gonna move on. 7:30 here in Seattle. I am right on course. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, no, no. Thank you. I'm going to hit the save button here because you just did a weird thing. Sure it was user error, but that means that I could potentially ruin something, so I hit save. Oh man, where's your ear at, dude? It doesn't belong down there. I don't think I'm into this song. This might do. Meow. What's that say? That'll do, pig. If you're familiar with D&D, this is just Investiture of Stone, and this is Investiture of Wind. I just renamed them Avatar of Wind to go along with the Avatar class feature. So, yeah, I think that top bit's done. Woohoo! Let's get in the bottom bits. How are we sitting? 740 here. Alright, I think I'm going to I think this is a good stopping point. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop here today. Put in an hour. I'm pretty pleased. And yeah, so we're going to do some private commissions this weekend. Some ideation and sketching of a trio of characters. And so that's going to be us just starting on a blank page and just building. So be welcome to show up. That'll be on Saturday at some point, midday maybe. I'm not sure exactly when. but I believe it's going to happen. I might have responsibilities. I'm not sure. So this might be the last day I'm on stream till Sunday. In which case, gotta catch Dungeoneer's pack and check out what he's got going on. We're gonna have a conversation about Strixhaven, and I will definitely be back on Monday morning to continue the bottom of the bottom of the page. So like, subscribe. Really appreciate it. Trying to build something. Tell your mother. Tell your friends. Catch you other side.